situation?
Well, I have unforgettable memories as far as this is concerned, and I feel always proud of the armed forces, particularly the army, which I was heading at that time. The way in which they recaptured every bit of ground here, and the manner in which they fought that war, probably the most challenging in the world. Very proud of them. And today that we have come here, I feel honored, blessed really, to be with the kin of the martyred soldiers, soldiers who died, and also to be with the award winners of Kargil War.
So how much has the warfare changed from 1999 to at present?
Considerable. There is a transformational change. The human resource asset of the Indian Army is still the best in the world. Okay, it was in that time, it was today also. But what has changed major is one, that we have got much better equipment, much better arms, weapons, everything. And the third thing that I have noticed now lately is that we are also now more proactive than we were 24, 25 years ago. I think that's a great, I would say, strategic change which is coming about.
Last question would be, sir, how do you look at the situation at the LOC? How do you look at it, sir, overall?
Look, LOC situation is well under control. Personally, I feel that I don't think the Pakistanis would dare to challenge us again. And we are now, we have adequate number of troops, and we have got adequate strength to take on any challenge.
Yeah. So, 1999 we fought this war, the Kargil War, also known as Operation Vijay. You are all aware of it. In this war, there were huge challenges. The terrain is so difficult. With altitude ranging 14 to 80,000 feet, you can see this mountain all around. Sub-zero temperatures, glaciated area, the wind chill factor, lack of oxygen. Walking up this mountain is so slow. You take 10 minutes to walk 100 meters, which is almost 3 times what you do on the plains. And this gets further compounded, gets further slower when you're carrying your logistics, your weapons, your machine guns, your ammunition. That speed becomes even slower. And therefore the requirement of acclimatization as well. So therefore the speed of operations reduces tremendously, because troops have to be inducted, they have to acclimatize, then you have to build up your logistics. So that really slowed down the operations. In some cases we inducted troops, like I can talk for myself, we moved in without acclimatization, the advance party, because there was no time. We didn't want to give the enemy more time to settle down. And so those were the huge challenges. So while the enemy was there, sitting on top, but before reaching the enemy, we have to fight the weather, the climate, the terrain, the temperatures, and only then you could reach the enemy. The other biggest challenge was that, he was sitting on top. So anybody sitting on top with a machine gun pointing at you, going against the grain, the terrain totally favors the defender. And that further, was a huge challenge. Now in mountains here, especially these kind of mountains, the approaches along which you have to attack are very, very narrow and very, very limited. The approaches are so narrow that troops have to walk in a single file, one after the other. You can't launch attack, extended manner, which you would like to do. But you're walking in a single file, and even on that, if you slip and fall, it's certain death. And God forbid, if there's an enemy sitting on top with a machine gun pointing at you, you can imagine the challenges which our gallant soldiers faced. And against all these odds, still, we attacked. We did suffer casualties, but we recaptured all these features, one by one.